Okay, since I tackled some dark advertisements from the NSPCC, I figure we tackle another batch of dark British advertisements from another campaign in the UK. And what's that campaign you may be talking about? Well, it's not other than Fire Kills. Now, for those of you who don't know what Fire Kills is, it's a series of British advertisements talking about how to stay safe during the fire. Apparently, they were called the COI, Central Offensive Information, and they release advertisements, I'm assuming. Just like the NSPCC, Fire Kills has its share of screwed up advertisements. However, a lot of these advertisements are even more disturbing than some of the entries in my top 6 darkest NSPCC advertisements list. So yeah, Fire Kills has far more dark advertisements as some of the NSPCC, and that's why I'm here today to kick off the top 5 darkest Fire Kills advertisements. Now just heads up that these are my opinions, and if you disagree with any of the choices I choose, that's fine. Fine. Now, with all that said, let's begin. On Your Child's Life is an advertisement I called dark for many reasons. However, I put it at number 6 because it's the least disturbing out of all of them. That doesn't mean it's not disturbing. Oh, it's still pretty disturbing. The advertisement surrounds a boy left alone in a burned house. Man, imagine any child experiencing this nightmare. The boy himself seems even phased about the burned house, with the exception of a few scenes. Then the boy explains to the viewer that last year in England, 15 children died in several house fires. Then he just says, "Children like yours." Then he tells to the parents or the viewer to make a promise that they need to test their smoke alarms to prevent another house fire from occurring. The advertisement ends with the boy disappearing in the distance. I get what the advertiser is trying to say or trying to show. How, if you don't test your smoke alarms, this will apparently happen to your house. But seeing a depressed child all alone in a burnt house is pretty disturbing to witness. A lot of fire safety PSAs have been pretty disturbing, especially here in the UK, and this one is no exception to it. The main reason why I put this at number 6 is because it's not as disturbing as the next 5. However, this is still a pretty hard advertisement to watch. Especially how the boy is feeling throughout the entire thing, and especially the birdhouse setting. Oh boy, this PSA is definitely spine chilling. Even more disturbing than number 6. And while it's not quite the most disturbing ad from Fire Kills, it's still definitely top 5 material. So it starts off with 2 people sleeping, and it looks like the man is having a nightmare. And what nightmare is he having? Well, the nightmare mostly consists of him being irresponsible about stuff that could start a fire, even throwing a child to make things even more scarier. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Also, the nightmare itself is gray colored, which makes things even more creepier. The expressions on the man's face on the man's face as he experiences the nightmare is also pretty hard to watch. But what I think probably the most disturbing thing to come out of the nightmare scenario is the voice. The creepy voice throughout the entire thing. Sounds like a freaking witch or something. Well, throughout the scenario, she's just saying a bunch of random phrases, and the scenario ends with her saying, "Look what she done," and it just ends up, the nightmare scenario ends with one of the rooms catching on fire. The man wakes up and decides to smoke, and then he stops, realizes his mistake. It's also accompanied by the announcer saying,
"Don't give fire a chance."
So yeah, this advertisement is pretty screwed up, especially the nightmare scenario, and especially the freaky voice played throughout the entire advertisement. But hey, it's not close to being the darkest Fire Kills advertisement, but it's still probably among the most darkest fire safety PSAs I've ever seen. And this advertisement has a lot of dark stuff to offer. Now, have you ever experienced a grease fire? Well, Fire Kills had a PSA where they surrounded two people witnessing a grease fire and not acting the right way to handle the situation. We get two scenarios. One woman is trying to grab the pot, even throwing water on the fire. If you ever experience a grease fire, you should know that you should not throw water on it because the fire will shoot up. Another scenario is a man trying to put out the fire by swinging the pot around. Of course, these don't work, and the two end up getting burnt. The ad ends with a burnt pitcher inside, and a supposed burnt house. Throughout the ad, there's several messages saying, "Don't try this at home," which I believe that's the main purpose of the ad, is don't do the same mistakes as these people. But seeing him actually get burned is a little too far, even for fire killed ads. Overall, just listen to the message the advertisement is trying to say. Don't try this at home, but still, this advertisement is still worthy for this list. Now, this PSA is actually kind of interesting. It mostly consists of a house burning down, and unlike number 3, the family itself knows what to do, and they escape the house. Yes, the family does get to safety, except the fact that there's only one thing that shoots this video on top of number 2. The escape route plan is played in reverse, hence the title backwards. Except with disturbing background music as the cherry on top. The music itself is pretty disturbing and unpleasant to hear. Also the reactions and expressions are very uncomfortable to watch. You can see some of the family members getting close to the fire there. Now, like I said before, it's the background music that makes things even more unnerving to sit through. Alongside the fact that some of the family members are getting very close to the fire, and to make things, but the background music makes things even more unnerving to sit through. The fear and impact is clearly there, and I think the PSA is trying to show people why it's important to escape a house while it's on fire, and they definitely did it. Also, why was the title backwards? I really don't know. But overall, overall backwards is still a pretty disturbing PSA. It could have been number 1, but there's one more advertisement that's a little more darker than this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the most screwed up advertisement from Fire Kills, Night Vision. Like the other advertisements that have disturbing themes and unpleasant reactions from the characters, this advertisement has a mixture of both of them, being ramped up to an 11. The advertisement is trying to explain to the viewers about having an escape plan and not winding up and not ended up being trapped in the same situations as these people in the ad. In this ad, there's 3 scenarios that play out. One involves 2 children trapped in a room, another has a lady trapped in her building, and one has a man trying to get up because he smells smoke and tries to get out but trips on his bike. The reactions here are very unpleasant and uncomfortable to watch. Like I said back in number 2, the fear and impact are clearly plastered all over the place. Like, try to watch this advertisement without feeling a slight ounce of discomfort. But overall, everything I stated, Night Vision is very responsible for being the number 1 darkest Fire Kills advertisement. Now, I guess Fire Kills' main purpose is trying to have viewers see the mistakes of other people, and I mean they're and I guess that their main purpose is to hope that viewers don't do the same stuff as those people in their advertisements are doing. I guess that's their main purpose. But they've shown a lot of disturbing advertisements while trying to teach viewers not to do this and not to do that during a fire. I get that that's what Fire Kills' main purpose is. I mean, I guess I'm applying that because of the advertisements. But I guess that's their main purpose of those advertisements. But they're still pretty screwed up. I'm just hoping that none of you guys have to witness a house fire or have to be in one, because that would be pretty bad. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be sure to post more top 6 to 10, 5 to 10 lists. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.